Next on Be More to Do More podcast, I want people to be careful with tithing, because when it comes to giving, you have to have the right disposition behind it. We have these ideas that, you know, if you don't tithe, you're going to be cursed.
Right.
Or if you don't tithe, you know, if you tithe, you get money coming back or whatever, you know.
That's taught.
Huh?
I said that's taught.
Yeah. But the thing is that majority of it is Old Testament under the law, you know. Before we have a high priest who's in heaven, you know, which he did say give and it shall be given. But I want to talk about the reason behind giving, you know, because oftentimes we think we give because we're going to receive, when in fact that's not giving at all. That's lending.
Dang.
You know what I mean? What's happening, people? Welcome back to Be More to Do More podcast, where we help you to become the person you need to become to do the things you called to do. Your boy Tone in the building. And
What's up, man?
what's up, brother?
Henry A. Harden.
The what?
C3rd.
Don't forget the
3.
Don't forget the 3, man. For real. If it ain't about the money, you know that. Hey, that song was just on my mind because we want to talk about money.
We'll talk about money, man. Talk about money. Talk about really, you know, like, and when we talk about money, it's really about how you spending your money.
I like that. Okay.
You know, and like,
Right.
and this perception that social media has given.
Right.
And I don't know. I don't want to be that person, but it's like, but I just, you know, I see it too often, man, where like,
yeah.
you know, to keep it up with the Joneses, as you will, if you will, right?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
You know, just people make $30,000 a year and they living like they got 60.
Oh,
You know, like you're not at that level, right? Or you make $100,000 a year and you're trying to live like millionaires live. Like,
yeah.
Like you're not flying on a private jet.
No.
You know,
Nah.
One day you will get there, right? But today we're really gonna talk about living within your means.
I like that, man.
You know?
We can talk about that, man. I like that. You can ball on the budget.
You can ball on the budget for sure.
I totally agree.
For sure.
Yeah. You just got to know what you're spending, though.
Yeah, you gotta know what you're spending. And I would even say like you want to even stay away from like all of the, or I'm not saying you stay away from it because some of it is smart to use, but you got to be careful on like the financing stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like
yeah.
All right, what are you financing? Like if you can't, I was a firm believer like before I like bought a house and bought a car, all that. Like I was a firm believer in like I only spend what I have.
Yeah.
I only spend what I have.
Right.
If I ain't got the money in my account to buy it, I don't buy it.
Don't buy it. Right.
And I live by that for a long time.
Right.
And I think, you know, maybe we just need to get back to those basics, right? Because it's just again, like even me, right? I've kind of fallen into that trap a little bit.
For real?
Of like overspending.
Dang, bro.
Overspending.
Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Nah, that's not what I want. Anyway, yeah, go ahead. Nah, I feel you, bro. I feel you.
So, today, we're going to talk about the 6 categories of spending.
You sure you fell into that category? I feel like you haven't.
I mean,
I don't know your money like that, man. I'm close, man. I ain't in your pocket, so. So I don't know.
But yeah, so we're gonna talk about the 6 categories of spending.
I like that.
And
so we got 6. We got some. Let's go, man. That's a surprise to me. Come on. Let's talk about it.
And before we even get into the categories in business, right? And I guess in life.
Oh yeah, especially business.
Yeah,
especially business.
Right. And because some of us are like, you know, like me, I don't, well, I guess I do own a business, but like my primary income comes from I work for somebody, right?
Right.
But I work for somebody running the business.
Right. Yeah.
You know, so there in business, there's peaks and there's valleys, right?
Definitely.
And especially for those who, you know, generate commissions. Basically, if you're a commission-based person, this is really going to be for the commission-based people out there, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is, you know, I want you to make sure that you're prepared for when the rain comes.
Oh yeah.
You know, so when the rain comes and prepare for, because you're gonna ball, right? You know, when the sun's out, oh, you balling,
you gonna
right?
ball,
right? But like, you know, also make sure that you putting some money away for whenever it does rain,
right?
Because it's gonna rain.
Yeah, no, most definitely, especially starting out too in business, man. Like I know people save money to get into business, but when you think about it, I know they use the analogy that like business is like a baby starting out, and it really is because, man, look, everything goes into that baby for real. Like it's just money going into your baby, man. And I think the problem we're having today, like you mentioned, is that since them PPP loans and EIDLs, people want to portray entrepreneurship and look like an entrepreneurship. Bro, we've been in this thing for a long time because we, you know, Amway and OG.
Yep.
Like, you know, and I know before it became cool, you know, we've been on Rich Dad, Poor Dad. We've been on all that. But today, like, people, they make it look a certain way. Like, you know, you getting on private jets, you jumping out of planes, and, you know, not maybe jumping out of planes, but they make it look so extravagant and like luxurious, and they just make it look real good. And the hard truth is sometimes most of the time that's not what it is. You know, it's not. It's good PR, good marketing, but a real business, like that's not what it is, because most of your time is tied to the business. It's a baby. You like, you know, holidays off? No. You know what I mean? Like it's just, that's just what it is, man. But yeah.
It depends on the type of business. It depends on the structure and like how you know, all that stuff.
And the age of it. Yeah.
And the age of it. All that stuff. You know, but you know, I think you're more so talking about the infancy stage of your business, right?
Yeah. Definitely.
And man, you know, I'm happy to have this financial conversation.
Okay.
Right, because we got the prophetic prophet. You know what I'm saying? like to be able to have this discussion about money and really what you should do with $1 in a sense.
I love it, man.
And so we just, you know, we're gonna jump into it, but you know, I guess another thing I gotta say is, like, just because you see somebody having a vacation,
right?
Like, you go on IG, this person went to this place, this person, like, you can't afford to go all these places.
Nah.
Or maybe you can.
Right.
But we're going to figure out, right, how much, we're going to do this.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
It sound like I did what we got.
We're going to base it if you make $50,000 a year.
All right, let's do it.
$50,000 a year.
Okay.
What's your... So I guess we have to do some math and some research and stuff.
Now my phone is occupied. You got your calculator?
Yeah. Well, I got
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm kind of sort of.
All right. Cool.
So if somebody makes $50,000 a year,
all right.
Out of that $50,000, and this is my personal perspective on it, right? And what I've learned over the years.
Okay.
And I know some people say that you should pay yourself first.
Yeah.
But me personally, what I believe is, and maybe this, you know, you'll let us know, we got the prophetic prophet here again. He's gonna let us know if you know, gets his thoughts on if it's accurate or not.
Okay.
But I believe that, and I know it's not a quote unquote biblical requirement in a sense, but I think you should pay your tithes first.
No, that makes sense.
So 10% of that $50,000 every year should go towards tithe.
No, I like that. No, that's dope.
So that's what, $5,000?
Yeah, 10%, $5,000.
$5,000.
A month.
$5,000. Huh?
A month? Was that a month or a year?
No, a year.
A year. Okay.
Yeah, $5,000.
So 50,000. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I guess you divide it by 12 months.
Yeah. No, that's fine. You're right. $5,000. My thing too. I want people to be careful with tithing. You know what I mean? Because when it comes to giving, you have to have the right disposition behind it. You know, like, don't expect to tithe. We have these ideas that, you know, if you don't tithe, you're going to be cursed. Or if you don't tithe, you know, if you tithe, you get money coming back or whatever, you know.
That's taught.
Huh?
I said that's taught.
Yeah. But the thing is that majority of it is Old Testament under the law, you know. Before now we have a high priest who's in heaven, you know, which he did say give and it shall be given. But I want to talk about the reason behind giving, you know, because oftentimes we think we give because we're going to receive, when in fact that's not giving at all. That's lending.
Dang.
You know what I mean?
Dang.
I got a scripture for that, man. But you know, if you go in, I want to say Matthew 5. I think that's Matthew 5. It says, "Give and it shall be given, pressed down, shaken together, running over, shall man give into your bosoms." But if you go like up 2 or 3 or 4 verses above, right, it talks about lending. Don't lend and expect back or whatever, right, you know, because anybody can lend and expect money back. But when you're giving, you're totally detaching yourself away from what you're giving. You're giving from a source of faith and not from a source of receiving. Because for one, if you're giving to receive, then you're living in scarcity. Because what you're saying is I don't have it, so I'm expecting something. I'm expecting to receive. When in fact you're supposed to be giving from faith, meaning I know the one who provides. Yeah, you know. I have abundance because Jesus came that we may have life and that more abundantly. You know, the scripture is living. It's a living thing for me. You know, right. I'm not expecting to receive because of who I serve. You know, like I serve the abundance because He's an abundant God. He's a provider. He's, you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm already taken care of. That's why I'm giving. You know, you're not giving to receiving, but most people are lending. And they're not receiving because they're giving from a wrong disposition. So I want people to be careful when they're giving tithe. I'm not the one to say don't pay tithe, but what I'm saying is that you have to understand why you should pay tithe, and you should pay tithe from a source of faith because I already have. You know that, you know, he that have, I always say this, he that have more should be given, and he will have abundance. But he that has not, what he doesn't have, or what he do have, would be taken away. If you're expecting to receive something, you're indicating that I don't have what I'm looking for. You know, so you got to be careful with that, man.
I like it. I will say I guess story time, right?
Wait, hold on, got some. Go ahead.
It's like the perfect color for story time.
Yeah,
it
no,
just
it's
looks
purple.
like a dream. You know? But yeah, so I remember, I've always believed in tithing. Right. Like I've always believed, and I guess maybe for the exact reason you say not to believe in it,
I'm gonna get money back.
Right. Like, back. But I just feel, you know, I just always, cause that's what I was taught. Right. Like is you know, any increase you get, you give 10% to God. Right. And the older I got, you know, I learned that, it's not a requirement to tithe, right? Right. And I remember being in college, and you know, I had my and this is where like I don't necessarily, I don't know, church hurt. I don't know if it's whatever it is, right? But like I remember being in college, and then like, you know, the bishop would be like, you know, basically sow a seed into your future type thing, right? Right. Which I get it. It's just sometimes like I don't always believe in that, right?
Makes sense.
Not because it's not true, just because like, and I'm not saying that, I don't know, it could be manipulated. I'm conscious about how things can be manipulated.
It definitely can.
You know, and that's the part. Well, I'm not saying that this person was manipulating, because I don't think they were, but like just that whole style, I just feel like, anyway. Yeah. But and I remember I was like, dang, I really ain't got no money like that for real. Right. And I've already tithed. You know what? I'm gonna go down there and I'm gonna tithe a sample of. Actually, you know what? I think I got some. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take this, and I'm going to. And this was it. I'm gonna tithe this into, and that's how I put it in the basket, right? Because all I had to give, right? And he said, and he was like, I don't care if it's a button, right? You got a button from your shirt. Come bring it down here, and like, and I kind of like that. Like, it's like, it ain't gotta be money. Like, just tithe it, right? Like, all right. So I did that, right? And I don't know, man, it's just like, and I just feel, me personally, I just feel like because I sacrificed that 10%, sometimes more than 10%, a lot of times more than 10%, right? But like, because I sacrificed that first fruit, and it, I remember when I had food stamps,
right?
I would go to the store, and I would buy like some canned goods, and I would take it to the church because we had a food pantry too. So like I would tithe my food stamps as well, right? And I just feel like those decisions, right? We talked about decisions before. Those things kind of helped me be more financially secure, right? You know, in today's time. I just, you know.
But why'd you do it though?
Because again, more so out of religion, right? Like, so, just being honest with you, like just because I was taught to do it, right? But it always worked out, so I just kept doing it. Like it became a principle for me. Like, I've increased every single year, right? Every single year in my life, I've increased.
It's a good principle, and the principle is to put God first. You know, the Bible says, "Seek ye first the kingdom of God and its righteousness, and these things should be added." Sometimes we seek the things and not the kingdom, you know, and I think it's a good principle of putting him first. See, I think when it comes to tithing, we have to do the appropriate teaching around that, right? You know, so that people can have an idea in their minds and hearts, you know, so when they do tithe, they're tithing according to faith, like on a spiritual level, just like what you mentioned before, like sow a seed into your dream. That's a prophetic gesture. But if you're not taught how to properly do that, it's gonna look fake. You know what I mean? Because the whole idea is manifestation. That's why you got to be careful. Nothing can't manifest out of nowhere. It has to start somewhere. Anything you see here around us have manifested from something, an idea, a thought. You know what I mean? So that way, if a man of God is telling you to sow into your dream, he needs to also teach you how to properly dream and envision what it is that, you know, you want, you know what I mean? Or, you know, conjure up the true desires of God, you know, for your life and what you should have, and, you know, things like that. And then you making a prophetic gesture and in a spiritual sense, you know, it's like this. Like I told somebody the other day, like, okay, if I had $2 million and I say, Henry, I'm about to give you this $2 million, right? I'm showing you the check. Here it is, right here. Right. I just need you to go prepare for it. What you gonna do? You gonna open up some accounts?
I gotta figure out somewhere to put this thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna open up some accounts. I'm gonna give you 2 months though to figure it out. You know, I'm gonna have some businesses lined up. I'm gonna have, those are gestures, prophetic gestures. The thing is, you're substituting me for God. God has this for you. What gestures are you now acting out?
Dang, look at you.
Those are prophetic gestures. Yeah. But people, they gotta, and see, when we're tithing, though, that's the position we should tithe from. You know, I'm already taken care of. You know, that's why the Bible say, even seek ye first the kingdom of God. If you go up a few scriptures before that, it say, worry not about your life. Then it goes into the seek ye first. But most of the time we're going to God with tithing, worrying, concerning for our lives. And it's a contradiction there. You know, you're not walking in faith. You're only tithing expecting something back. You don't have to pay for God to provide for you. He said, I do this for the lilies of the field. I do this anyway. You know, it's just a gesture of you seeking me first. Yeah. But,
and I think too, like, and what I started to remember too, just listening to you, reminded me as well on why I tithe. I understand that it costs to get things. And I would be very cautious on who I tithe to. Because if for example, like, no disrespect, but like my home church, the church I grew up in, they ain't really doing that with that money, from what I can see, but you know, when you see a church that, you know, they feed in the city, they are out, and really they have they got a, you know, food pantry they you know, if you go on, you know, hard times, they'll, you know, help pay a bill, whatever it is, you see these things happening. Like it makes you want to give to that, cause like,
right.
So your money can go to good use.
Now, are you sowing in good ground? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, is the soil
It's so
good?
deep, man. It get deep.
Yeah, that's a whole sermon, bro. But I guess we had enough of that for the day, man.
I didn't realize how deep that was gonna go, man.
Yeah.
That's so 10% is tithe. That's the first bucket.
Yeah.
The second bucket, and it's just my personal perspective on it.
Okay.
Is you need to go ahead and I always like to look at things like legally, right? Like so taxes.
Pay your taxes.
Pay your freaking taxes.
So you still ain't paid yourself first? You gotta pay your taxes before you
pay your taxes. This is my personal perspective. So the prophetic prophet has a different viewpoint of it. Talk to us, prophetic prophet.
I just don't like the IRS. That's all. Why they some gangsters? Why they some mafia? That's the biggest mafia. Anyway, let me stop. Go ahead, bro.
Your taxes should be roughly 20 to 25%.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, okay. 25?
I think it's 20. Is it 20%? Now in business is different.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Business is different.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
This is personal.
Yeah. My bad. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Okay. Personal.
Okay. I think I don't know what I should have lit my tax.
It depends on where your income is. Now, if your income is over, I don't know where it is this year, but after a certain level, it goes up to like 33, between 33 and 40 or something like that percent. Yeah, I know like your status. Anyway, bro, put your business out there.
Let's call it 25%.
Yeah, 25.
Right? Because if you have something left over, then whatever, right? But like, so if you make $50,000 a year,
well, don't they automatically take that out anyway?
Yes, but if you have to have the right withholding set up though.
Yeah, that's true.
So if you don't have the right withholdings, then
just won't. Start a business, man. Right off against that stuff, man.
So that's $12,500 a year. So $1,000 a month, pretty much.
Okay,
should go into taxes, right?
Okay, go ahead.
It's crazy how you pay more taxes than you pay in tithe, right?
That's why I don't like it, bro. Now you see.
But this is the reason why it's number 2, right? Because quite frankly, if you're in jail or if you're in trouble with the IRS, they're gonna garnish your wages. Everything else is gonna be screwed up.
Right.
So just pay them folks.
Yeah. Just get it out the way, man.
Get it out the way.
Yeah.
So that's why I say that.
Okay.
That's why. Does that make sense?
No, it makes sense to me,
makes
man.
sense.
It's just the entrepreneurship in me. Just
yeah. No, I feel you.
If it hurts a little bit, because we're gonna find ways to write off for the first 2 years in business though. Now, get some real estate.
This is my next category.
Mm-hmm.
So bucket number 3 is, and it's not paying yourself. So pay your future self.
I like that.
10%.
You came up with that?
Of your, I don't know. I just said it.
I like that. Yeah, go ahead.
10% of your revenue that you create or money you make. 10% of the money you make should go into your retirement.
Hey.
And really at least 10.
Right.
At least 10.
Right.
But 10%. So if you make $50,000 a year again in this example,
right,
$5,000 a year, which is not a lot to be honest with you, right?
Nah, it's not.
It's not a lot.
It's not.
Should go into your retirement or 401k.
Okay.
You got anything on the 401k or any other retirement? Like, I mean, obviously, I know you don't. I don't know how much you know about it, but like, you got Bitcoin and all this and Ethereum. Cryptocurrency. Should you put retirement in that or? So
with the retirement account, I'm more with the self-directed retirement accounts. Mm-hmm. So
what's that mean
for entrepreneurs? So you should put up for your retirement. You should set up some self-directed IRAs or some self-directed 401ks. Pretty much, it's a savings account that you can use for investments. So like you know how they invest your money, when you got a job. Self-directed 401ks or self-directed IRAs is where you put money and you can self-direct, you can invest it in what you want, so it's for business owners. And most of the time, most of the successful entrepreneurs, now I haven't done it yet, but I plan on doing it. Most successful entrepreneurs use it for real estate because they have great tax deduction, you know, because of amortizations and depreciations and all that in real estate. So they usually invest their 401ks in real estate and stuff like that because self-directed. Okay, because you know there's a maximum amount that you can put in these accounts,
right?
You know, but say for instance you got let's say you put 5,000 into a self-directed IRA or 401k, right? And I think that's the max. What's the max you can put in? Is it 7,500? I got to brush up on my tax skills, man. It's been like close to 10 years since I've been like heavily studied on that. But you can put, let's say 7,500 a year in your self-directed IRA, but you can use that IRA to invest in a property. So say for instance, you see this house, the house, you can find a way. Now, I don't want to get into real estate details because you got creative, you got certain type of creative acquisitions you can do to.
But basically, put your money in the bricks, as Jamal King would call it.
Yeah.
Put your money in the bricks.
Right. So say for instance, you get this house under contract for 7,500. Let's just say, just for simplifying it, right?
Right.
And then you sell the house within like say 6 months, you flip it, you sell it, and the house you make maybe a $15,000 profit.
Right.
That $15,000 go back into the IRA. Versus, so like I just made for that year 7,500 plus 15,000 is what? I don't know, but that total amount I just made in a year versus somebody who's employed, they can only contribute 7,500 a year. You know what I mean? So I can keep flipping in my self-directed IRA and contribute more because that property is making more money.
Right.
Versus having people to invest my 401k and me having the limit to put, because I think, again, if you make like a bonus, right? The max you could put in there is 7,500.
Right.
But if I have a self-directed and I flip and I get an extra 15 grand, it goes back into that. So like it's really limited list when it comes to that stuff over there. You know?
That makes sense.
It's a lot, bro.
And I will say this too, if your company does a match,
right, do
the match. Whatever they match, if it's 5%, 10%, whatever they match up to, use that because it's free money.
Yeah.
Right. Like, like me personally, I got retirement set up through the company, but then also do it through like a third party as well.
Okay. So you got two. Okay. Makes sense.
So that way I can just, get diversified, but I might have to look into this.
Well, but I would say to do that self-directed, you have to really be a shrewd real estate. You know what I mean? Like when it comes to real estate, like I wouldn't even invest that in stocks because I don't know nothing about stocks. But real estate, if I have the right partners, then I would try real estate. But you got to really be shrewd in that, man. You know,
it's definitely over my head.
Bro, like my boy Russell, where you at? Looking for you, bro. But man, like if anybody, like how we do like different partnerships, Russell's the guy with real estate. This dude just
easy.
Yeah, he know it. So when I partner with him, man, we figure it out. So yeah.
So we talked about tithes.
Okay.
Right. We talked about retirement. And we've talked about taxes. So we're going to get our final three buckets, right?
Okay.
Bucket number 4. Bucket number 4 is savings.
You still ain't paid yourself?
Still ain't paid yourself.
God,
still ain't paid yourself.
It's okay, savings. Well,
savings.
So what's the saving for?
So you need to save up at least, and this is something I learned from Financial Peace.
Okay.
Through Dave Ramsey, right? You need to save at least 6 months of your living expenses.
Okay, and that's emergency saving, right?
Pretty much.
Okay, cool.
So, in my opinion, 10% of your pay
Okay.
needs to go into your savings.
Okay.
Until
10%.
you get to the point where you have 6 months saved up.
Right.
Then that 10% can go somewhere else.
Yeah, that's true. He did say that. Now savings is that?
I don't know if he said it like that, but yeah.
Now I do remember he had a few different types of savings though.
Yeah.
Are we gonna get into it?
I don't know, but I'm gonna tell you though. And I was talking to about this somebody yesterday actually.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, the safe route, quote unquote safe route. Really, you're losing money, right? It's the bank account,
Right. Yeah. Definitely.
Now you need to have. I do believe that you need to be able to have money where you can easily access it, right?
Right.
And it don't cost you to access it.
Right. True.
But I'm gonna tell you what I did, and I wish I would have did more of it, but I was kind of scared.
Right. What was that?
And I don't know, maybe we're no financial advice,
No,
podcast,
definitely not.
by the way. So it's all speculative, but like.
Earning Legion's gonna come for our heads, bro.
Yeah, they're the experts. This is one episode. But no, in all seriousness, but like, man, like I don't know. I can't remember. I don't know. It was $1,000, $1,500, whatever it was.
Right.
And I put it into crypto.
Oh, you put it in crypto?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And
was it that year? It
was that year.
Okay, go ahead.
It was 2020. Right. And
yeah, I remember that.
And it was I can't remember why I did it, like 100% why I did it. But I just, the way when I looked at it, I was like, oh, this thing is finna go.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up making, I think 100% of my money back.
Wow.
Right. And like, but what I did was when I got to what I initially invested,
right,
I took it out and I put it back into the bank.
Okay.
And I kept the rest of it inside of
Makes
Bitcoin.
Sense. Makes sense.
So I'm not saying that you gamble your savings. That's not what I'm saying. But like some things are like not secure, but you kind of know.
Right.
You kind of like if this thing has always been, let's take I don't know, Microsoft stock. Right. Right. If Microsoft stock is, at a low. Right. You know that Microsoft's I didn't say but like there's a great chance that it's gonna go back up. Yeah. So throw it in there, let it, because it's a savings. If it whatever, and then once it go back up, you take your money out, put it into the bank. That's where it's safe. Right. And then you can whatever, right? Or so that's one way you can do it. Another way you can do it is, again, like you talk about the real estate piece, right? Right. Real estate is really nothing but financial for the most part, right? Like that's it. You know what you're gonna be able to rehab this house for. You bought the house for the sales price, right? You know what other places, the comps on it, right? Where it's selling around it, right? You can almost guarantee what it's going, Mm-hmm. So it's like, okay, well, let's take this money and put it, here into real estate. Yep. Right. So that's a dope savings account. Yeah. So it's like, and obviously that's not really liquid, but like, right. But like I'm saying, once you kind of get over that threshold, mm-hmm. that could even kind of go into your retirement as well, right? True. So that's true. Kind of talking about, I guess, but yeah. So okay, savings account. So what's the other one? Which one? When you paid that stuff yet? No. So what about the one you had some on the savings? Because I remember Dave Ramsey, and I took his. I think I read his book. That's what it was. It was about 2010. That's when I started developing. You know what I mean? 2010. He would say save money just to blow. Is that, you got that on? Kinda, not really. Okay, man. He said, I think he said 10%. He said save 10%. Like it's a short term savings, just to go blow. Yeah. Because he was like, because you need something to look forward to, that will give you some type of hope, because we work so hard, man. You know what I mean? So we need something that would keep us motivated to keep working, or else we'll feel like we're just working, Yeah, I guess that's for the people who don't like what they do. Yeah, well, maybe. Maybe people that you do, right? You what is it? Working hard with no prize? Yeah, right? Yeah. Say right. Yeah, so like, it's perspective, right? And it is situational. But me personally, I guess maybe it's just how I think. But like, I agree,
Right.
But
you ain't trying to blow no money.
We're gonna get to that.
You ain't trying to blow no money, man.
We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it.
All right,
let's go to bucket number 5.
What's number 5? What we got?
Bucket number 5, and this is 25% of your pay should go to your living expenses.
Okay.
So if you make $50,000 a year, $12,500 should go into your living expenses.
Okay.
This is rent, lights, water, Netflix, all that.
Your budget is military, bro.
25%. 25%.
Okay.
In some cases, you can even do 30%, right? Like let's call it 30%. I'm fine with 30% because you know you can maybe push down taxes, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, maybe taxes probably realistic going to be about 18 to 20%.
Right.
But yeah, like $15,000
makes sense.
Go, like that's what you got to live on. So you divide that by a month. What's that coming a month? Times 12. $1,250.
$1,250.
You got your apartment. Your apartment is more than $1,250.
Oh, geez.
You outliving your means right now.
So what they got to stay? Because Atlanta, man, I think $1,500.
All right. So this is where it get interesting, right?
Okay.
Oh, matter of fact, it's the song. We go back to the song we heard, right?
Okay.
He said, what's Tizo Touchdown? Is that what his name is? He was like, he's like, I'm getting too old for roommates.
You know, let's get a roommate then, huh?
If you make $50,000 a year living in Atlanta, you need a roommate then.
Get a roommate. It makes sense.
Because then you can split everything in half, right? Like
that's true.
$1,250 becomes a lot more manageable. You got so you got $2,000 rent, but you splitting that with like $1,000 and y'all splitting everything down.
Now, if you get a roommate, man, you can probably pay about $750.
You know what I'm saying?
And be straight,
right? And be straight, right? Yeah. So, but that's what I'm saying, right? But oh no, I want to live by myself. I can't live with nobody else. Okay, cool. Be broke. I'm just being real. Like I'm just being real because like man, like we overlive, man. We overlive, and for comfort, a lot of times just comfort. But like you can't afford to be comfortable. Sorry. Or you know, again, like, or you can. But you either that comfort. You can live by yourself, but you're gonna live on the south side.
Oh yeah, I mean, you just gotta figure it out, man. Like, yeah, that makes sense. Okay,
does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense to me.
Makes sense. It's just hard, it's a hard pill to swallow, though, right? Like, like that's especially the living expenses, right? Because, like, and this is I'm telling you, this is the part. This is where everybody kind of really, like, I don't know, like. Really fall off the wagon is because you want all these luxuries, and this is and when I say living expenses too, right? I really mean more so like your fixed assets, right? Like okay, so something that's gonna be reoccurring. Like you're gonna need food, right? You're gonna need what is it? Food, water, shelter.
25%,
25%, 30%, 30%.
I know Dave Ramsey said 30% just for your rent or your house or something.
30% house living expenses. Living expenses. 30%.
Wait, nah, that's not what I want. I want the clap. What a clap at? Nah, that's the laugh. My bad. The clap. There we go.
and it can be tough, right? And I promise you, I get it.
Man,
I'm just telling you though, if you want to live a better life.
So you still ain't paid yourself though.
Ain't paid yourself.
Bro, they gonna be miserable, bro. They gonna be miserable.
Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. Like I'm just all right. And this is like an extreme view, maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
But like I'm telling you, man, like I'm telling you all right, think about it. Think about it this way. Right?
Okay, yeah, give me perspective. Give me perspective. Yeah, give me perspective. Right? Give me perspective.
Let's say you live like this.
Okay.
All right, hold on. No. Let's we're gonna get perspective at the end.
Okay.
Cool. We're going on the last bucket.
All right, cool. All right, that'll work.
On the last bucket.
Yeah, because
you've been talking about this last bucket for the last 3 buckets.
Yeah. Like, you gotta pay yourself.
Paying yourself. Right.
Okay, with the rest?
Huh? Yeah.
What'd you pay yourself?
You pay, and you're paying yourself is 20%.
Oh, that's decent.
So, and this is what so most people aren't disciplined.
Okay. Right.
I left paying yourself at the end, even though it's a large, because you think about it, 20%, so it's 50,000 times 20%. That's $10,000.
10,000. So what? How much is that a month?
That's $833 a month.
That's
to blow.
About 200 a week.
That's the shoes, right? You can get some shoes, get some outfit.
200 a week, not a lot.
That's you can live with.
I like that.
That's cool, right?
I like that. I can eat out every day.
Yeah, every day. If you want every day, right? But like, here's why, man. Here's why I chose to put that last.
Okay.
Psychologically, right? You're like, man, like, what am I gonna do?
Right.
But no, the reality of it is like you got enough money to do it. But what happens though, man, is people put living expenses first and end up making up 40% of their pay, 50% of their pay.
Oh yeah.
And then they get their check and they get 20%. It might be 15% out in taxes.
Right.
And they like stressing, oh man. Right. Because they living expenses is so out of whack.
Okay.
They don't put nothing in they ain't tithing nothing, right?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Right? Okay, I like that. Wait. Yeah, man. Give my boy applause, man.
It's the mentality.
Yeah.
Your mentality should be take care of God.
Yeah. Okay.
Take care of the government. Because they at the end of the day, right, we live and this is America, right?
Right.
We live in America.
Right.
And if we break the law, if we don't, whatever, we ain't gonna have nothing, right? Take care of your future self.
Right. Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So that way you have something in the future.
Right.
And then it starts to go into your right now.
Okay.
Savings. If some emergency happens, you need to be prepared for it. You need to be ready.
Right.
You need a place to live.
Right.
And then you pay yourself.
I like that.
And that's why I got it in that order, because I want us to be in order when it comes to how we live our life. Because too many of us are living our life outside of order. We're looking more of the fun,
right,
and paying ourselves first and living expenses. It's really the reverse,
right?
We pay ourselves first, like, okay, all right, dang, okay, this, what is it? Let's call it, I really want a new car, right? I really want a new car. So what I end up doing is, because I want this new car and I don't want to wait, I go ahead and get the new car. Right. And then now you're, what I'm saying? It's just all jacked up. Yeah. Right. Like it's just all jacked up.
I get it.
I just don't want us to be in that spot where we just it's out of whack.
I got it. Okay. Cool. Stop living beyond your means.
Stop living beyond your means, man.
Do we got a lyric or a scripture?
Oh yeah, lyric. Dang,
I know.
Man.
We got. Well, I think, you know what? I'm gonna just leave because I had one, but I think I'm gonna just leave that because I like what I said in the beginning about tithing. So
okay,
I rock with that.
All right,
yeah, go ahead.
What was your scripture? Let's recap the scripture. What was your scripture?
I forgot, man, but I know it was
Matthew 5.
I think it was Matthew 5, man. I'm gonna look for that, man.
Okay.
I'm gonna look for it.
Lyric of the week. Lyric of the week. This comes from Pastor Jeezy.
What he say? Ain't no reverend, but what now?
Hey, I came to bring you the game with no reverend, right? I'm sorry, I can't agree you the word on no reverend. Jesus says, it's not about your flip, man. You want the real bread. It's all about your whip game. And it's not about how much money you make. It's not about how much you can make. 50,000, you can make 100,000, you can make $1 million. But it's about your whip game. It's about you being able to spend money in the way that is designed to spend. So don't overdo it. Don't spend more than what you should be spending. Right. Because that's when you get out of whack. Because, again, it's not about how much money you make. Right. It's about how much money you keep.
He said it's about your whip game.
About your whip game.
Gotta learn how to whip.
And whipping, you're stretching, so like, right. and that's why, like, you can see people that, man, like they make, you make twice as much money as them, but they seem like they live better. Right. Than you. right? It's like, because they're very intentional with their finances, and they stretch that thing out. When you in the store, right? When you think about living expenses, right? Okay, I got, you break down, okay, I got $200 on groceries. Well, if you go in there and you buy all, and maybe this might sound, no, I ain't gonna use that example, but if you go in there and you buy, I don't know, the most expensive brand of, let's say you like to drink wine, right? It's part of your monthly budget on your living expenses. Man. And you go in there and get it. What's an expensive wine? I don't really know wine like that. I gotta ask my wife. I don't know. You get the expensive wine, maybe it's $50 a bottle, right? Versus, let's get the little $20 bottle that, get you a little buzz. You don't need, you know what I'm saying? Like, right. Like, or it may take a little bit more just being aware of what you're spending so that way you can get more, have more money at the end of the month. Really, I want to kind of really, like, the great value, right? Like, when I'm, if I go into Walmart, best believe I'm getting the great value kind. I'm not gonna pay the extra $1.50 for the real brand. For what? It's the same thing. Right. Same thing. Oh, man. So it's just that don't mean you have to be, some things you can't sacrifice on. Like, don't come in here with no Jordans that, look like he laying up versus dunking. Like, you don't do that, right? There's certain things that, that you don't sacrifice with. Right. But like, the reality of it is, man, like again, just be careful, be conscious of how you spending your money. Man. Oh, I was all wrong with that scripture too, by the way. Yeah. No, it wasn't Matt 5. It was Luke 38. Luke 38. Wait, hold on. Let me be sure I said that right. 6:38. Luke 6:38. And if I were you, I would read Luke 6, 30 through 38. I just read the whole chapter. But and what is it about again? Now, it just gives you the mindset. Jesus was talking about the mindset behind giving, or whatever. Yeah. So I like it, man. Yeah, man. So that's pretty much all I got, man. That's all I got, man. Maybe we can do a part 2 to this episode and talk about the business side of this, because there's entrepreneurship. 1, 2, 3. There's 5 categories in business. What you got in business? Because that you should be ready for. In business, I don't like the personal one, man. It's about business. You get 10%. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, that might be the next one then. We'll see. All right, because I got something to talk about on that too. Cool. Well, y'all be sure to like, share, subscribe to this information. Hit the bell. Hit that bell, man. Let's get this information out of here. And am I missing something? No. I think we are. Good. All right. Somebody keep their head up and you concerned about them. Stick and move, we can get it done. Call it unity, it ain't no way around it. Cultivating, we get motivation from the big guy. We don't play about them. Going hard for the game.